The COVID situation differs from region to region. However, you can cluster the markets into three. The first cluster, this is where you can put the markets from Europe, from Asia, and those markets started really the new normal phase, which is the phase post-COVID. On the other extreme, cluster three is basically markets from Latin America, certain markets from Middle East and Africa. Those, some of them did not even weather away the peak of COVID. And cluster number two is those markets who are in between. So these markets are preparing themselves for the new normal. Irrespective of which part or which cluster you belong to, I have four recommendations for you that you can implement in your organization. The number one is definitely accelerate your journey towards digital and e-commerce. The data and researchers are showing that even in developing countries, consumers that have tasted the flavor of digital and e-commerce, they loved it. So there is no way back. And actually, with technology that is becoming so advanced and cheap, uh, no company has an excuse not to participate in this trend. Number two is adjust your portfolio and assortment and avoid changing your customer service incentives. Here, I have 2 points to mention to you. The first one is, again, based on consumer data and research, um, we are seeing an impact on affordability. It differs market by market, depends on the economy, but for sure there is a financial pressure or economic pressure on consumers that is pushing their decision-making process on which brand they choose. Now, the second point also is that loyalty for brands is low. And we are seeing in certain markets small brands that are penetrating the market and started eroding the share of market of bigger brands. So the message here, you need to have the right portfolio, taking into consideration the affordability issue that your consumers will go through, and definitely avoid changing your customer service incentives. Um, Number three is build a stronger relationship with your consumers as well as your community. And you can do that through your marketing programs uh, and definitely using a genuine and caring tone of voice, signaling consistency, stability, and safety. And remember that opportunism and insincerity will be quickly identified and harshly punished. So people will be evaluating their brands and their companies, and they will make an opinion about how they addressed the COVID situation. The last point, and for me the most important, is the employee dialogue, especially with the employees that are at the front line. It's very important to have of course, having all the necessary safety measures towards them, but on top of that is having a dialogue where you understand their feelings, what are their concerns, their pain points, and help them navigate through these difficult times. Again, specifically the people who are on the front line. The other advantage of doing so, they will be able to give you the feedback of how the market is moving and what are they seeing from a consumer perspective. So to recap, 4 points: accelerate your journey towards digital and e-commerce. The second one, adjust your portfolio, taking into affordability into mind, and avoid changing your customer service incentives. Number three is building a stronger relationship with your consumers as well as your community. And the most important, number four, is have an employee dialogue, two-way dialogue. That's it. Thank you very much.